Afternoon, Ian.
Hi, Alan.
Right, we're good to go, Michael. So we're
stuff.
live streaming it now. So if you want to make a start, that's great.
Right, from all the President's Committee, thank you to you all for coming along to today's AGM in such strange circumstances. Can I pass on to Claire for housekeeping and the apologies, please?
Yeah, sure. So it was just to make sure everybody mutes themselves so we don't get any background noise. Obviously, it'd be a bit difficult. So unless you're speaking or you want to speak, just mute yourselves if that's okay. And then, so the apologies, I've got Jim Laurie, Russell Gray, Richard Danforth, Aled Walters, Robert McDonnell, Arthur Laurie, Lisa Window Walker, and Aileen Struthers. So they're existing council and new council members that put in their apologies.
Before the meeting starts, can you join me in a minute's silence for those members and friends who have sadly passed away? Thank you. Thanks. Can we now move on to the AGM and item 1 on the agenda, the minutes of the 141st annual general meeting held on Monday, the 13th of May, 2019. Can I propose these minutes? And if there's nothing to come forward from them,
I'll second that.
yeah, can I sign these minutes as true and correct? And Andrew, thank you for seconding. I now move on to item 2. To read out the President's report. Who would have thought after such a fabulous start to the year at the World Conference in Australia, we would have been in a position we are in just now? It is clearly disappointing to us all that we have been unable to hold our usual society events and that the shows we all love to attend have been cancelled. Of course, we all understand that our health must come first. The society have adapted to new ways of working. Meetings have been held online, and where possible, home working has been implemented. So thank you to the staff for continuing to keep on top of everything in the circumstances. We have tried our best to come up with new ideas to connect with members and update you with the latest information and news. We have also supported some industry online shows, which have been which has seen great publicity. I must thank those members of council that have continued since May, and also I must welcome our new council members. Finally, I must thank the President's Committee who have shown their commitment there may not have been the events to attend, but there is always subjects regarding the running of the society that required their input. I sincerely hope we can go ahead with some form of conference in Northumberland in May this year. In the meantime, I hope you and your family stay safe and healthy and enjoy the festive season that is nearly upon us. Can I now pass on to Gilmore to present accounts?
Thank you, Michael. Can everybody hear okay? In the current circumstances, we're just going to do a bullet quick through of the accounts. I think everybody's got the accounts in front of them, or if there's any questions, we could do so at the end of the accounts if there's anybody get any queries. So I'll just start with subscriptions. We're up 10% following a clear out of the old repeating fees, which were not paid and not present in 2018. Upon a review of the debtors, this figure still needs some work to be done to clear out the old invoices for subscriptions that have not been paid, and this could result in a lower income in 2020. Cattle services admin fee consistently following increases of £125 per month than in 2018. The DNA costs fell by 33% in the year. Sundry income, there is £1,000 from the Priest Club that was surplus from the 2019 conference and was very kindly donated by Dumfries to the international tour, which was classification income fell by 11.7%, but costs also fell by 12.8%. So this is very much in line. Income and expenses are equal in 2019. Promotion income down as lower income costs associated with Young Members Weekend. This was due to the club obtaining sponsorships for t-shirts, bus travel and a few other costs usually covered by the society in the income and expenditure. The conference income was up by 3,000, but also the costs increased by 3,000. So that was pretty much on par. Just moving on to the rental of the buildings, consistently following the same as last year, with just the adjustment done to Mackay's for their fee period when we renewed their lease. Registrations were down by 22.5%. 2016 and 2017 were roughly 70k, where 2015 and 2018 were around 89,000. But registrations obviously in this financial year was about 69,000, so we're pretty much in between, although it's down on the major, the higher figure. Increases in wages and travel and subsistence, as Alan now is employed by the society, so the costs incurred in these was previously shown in the field officers' fees and expenses. So obviously just covered a different way. International tours, which we hosted last year, cost 4,387. This was related to hotels, meals, minibus hire for the World Federation Youth Tour, which we hosted. Debtors trade similar to what was reported in 2018. There was an increase in cattle services debt with a loan of 30k that went to cattle services to help them purchase the sex semen, which we all agreed that was to happen. An increase in prepayments due to the deposits made for the World Conference 2020. The creditors figure was down in the 2018 figure, which included fundraising in advance of 2019 conference and payments still outstanding from the 2018 conference. Increase accruals due to WEF conference deposits facilitated by the UK office. That was for the World Conference. It's a good first quarter with the remainder of the year performing okay, resulted in gains of about 43,000 on the year. And the investors' valuation compared to a loss of 26,000 in 2018. So there was really a swing of about 60,000 in investments in the year. But bearing in mind what we're going through at the moment, I might not be reporting that next year, to be quite honest. But the reserves rose by the general fund 7,500, the Phantom Renshaw fund 8,500, and the Breed Heritage funds with 8,000. So the net worth of the society is roughly £1,067,429. And the year before it was 1,043,000. So in real terms, we're 24,000 to the better, just going through on net worth, or what could be if everything goes according to plan with the shares, etc., etc. So I would just like, if there's any questions, we'll try our best. If anybody's got anything glaringly obvious they would like to ask on the accounts, as I say, it's all there for everybody to see. So if there's any questions, I'll take them before I carry on. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm like the minister, I don't keep the too long, I'll just moving on. So I would just like to inform you that the Society's accounts, the Dallas, have changed their names to Assets. It's just they've been taken over by a different company and they've changed their names. So just before I finish, I would just like to make a special mention for where we are at the moment, up to date. I would just like to thank the staff for all the hard work over the last 8 months since the lockdown in March, especially Claire, for keeping this office running. It's not been an easy task. She's working alone in the office and it's very difficult. But she's been in and out of the office doing things, working from home and going above and beyond the duty as you would expect for Claire. She just keeps it going, keeps smiling and keeps trugging on. And we're really, really, really lucky to have someone that's good at doing what she does. Also like to thank the other members of staff, Leslie and Alan, for their jobs have been very difficult as well, just with the COVID restrictions coming in, and they've both adapted as best as they can in the circumstances. We took the decision to put Leslie and Alan onto furlough for part of the summer there, just because we thought it was the right thing to do, and because they couldn't get out and about, so we took advantage of the scheme that the government were offering, and both of these have been in furlough, and Alan is still presently in furlough for 4 days a week at the moment, which will review the situation going into next month and into the coming months ahead, because obviously it's very difficult for Alan to about, because his job is out on the road, meeting members, getting registrations, etc. And you can't really do that with lockdown. Also, I would just like to make this an apology, more in my behalf, for the business coordinator of the society, and it's an apology which to the Matheson family for the clerical error that was made in the office regarding the DNA results from the bill. I would just like to say that the Matheson family were at no fault of this at all. It was a total clerical error within the office of the way the DNA was read. So we accept the responsibility to sort it out. I would just like to thank the Matheson family for being very understanding in this case, and we've now got a conclusion, and I would just like to thank them on my behalf and everybody in the office for their understanding and moving this forward. So thanks once again. So all it really remains for me to do just is to ask that we propose that Assets continue to be accountants and the auditors for the next annual report. So I'd just like to propose them to carry on being the accountants for the future, for next year. That's okay.
Yeah. I'll second that, Mr. President.
Can we now move on to item 4 on the agenda? Council elections 2020 to 2021. I'm now going to read out the result of the elections of council. Region 1, Aileen Struthers and Adam Montgomery. Region 2, a vacancy. Region 3, Robin Barr. Region 4, Russell Gray. Region 5, a vacancy. Region 6, James Matheson. Region 7, Charles Service and Alistair McWilliam. Region 8, Richard Danforth. Region 9, Ian Patrick and James Seedall. Region 10, Linda Batty and Mark Barnes. Region 11, Matthew Needham and Lisa Winder Walker. Region 12, a vacancy. Region 13, Robert Crawford. Region 14, a vacancy. Region 15, David Pike. Region 16, David Christophers and Jake Sayer. Region 17, Aled Waters and Garant Thomas. Region 18, Robert McConnell and Thomas Gordon. And Region 19, Jamie Keenan. The honorary presidents, Lord Plum, Edward Evans and Jim Laurie. Business coordinator, Gilmore Laurie. Breed Heritage chairman, Michael Broadley. Young Breeders representative, Jake Sayer. Cattle Services Heir. The chairman of Cattle Services Heir shall be an ex officio member of council during his period of office and shall be additional to the councilman-woman if he is not duly elected councilman for that year. And in attendance, Alan Timbrell, Claire Kim and Sam Wake. Now we move on to 5. I have to propose the current President's Committee collectively stay in office till the 2021 AGM.
I'd like to second that. It was not a very easy year for the presidents. I'd like to thank them for their continued hard work since we've been in the first lockdown in March, and hope that they can perform their presidential duties going forward to the AGM in 2021.
Thank you, David. Now we'll move on to item 6, presentation of awards. The annual awards that are usually presented at the AGM have all been covered in prior journals and on the website. A list of these will form an appendix to the minutes of this meeting. All prizes and certificates will be delivered to the individual winners. Thank you to Cattle Services for their annual sponsorship of the All Britain and Ireland Photographic Competition Awards. An exception to this is the Premier Ayrshire Breeder Exhibitor Award and recipient of the Haresfoot Vase. Each year at a major county and national shows, exhibitors gain points for showing which are totaled at the end of the year. 2019 was a very successful year for the worthy winner, E.T. Tomlinson and Son. Blaze, Deborah, Evie, Millie and Annabelle have been dedicated in showing their animals all over the UK, displaying a great team of cows and calves to showcase their herd and the breed. In reserve place for 2019 is H.W. Ultram and Son, Stamford. This concludes the AGM, and thank you for attending. Is there any other business? I know we have one question. We have one question about breed heritage, and I'm going to pass you on to Alan Timbrell for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was a question put forward from Kevin Laurie on what was the focus, the vision and the role of a committee member to do with breed heritage. So the focus of the committee is to select the best bloodlines in the breed and select matings to protect purity and diversity, to improve the genetics for future generations as to conform with zootechnical legislation. The vision of the committee is that the offspring from these matings made will be of great benefit to all members and of course Cattle Services Heir. And a role of the committee member who are strategically picked from all around the country, all around the membership area, is that when these animals are selected and put onto a watch list, that they can visit and appraise these animals in question. The Breed Heritage mission statement is to preserve and enhance the diversity, diverse genetics needed for the Ayrshire cow to succeed for generations to come. I hope everybody agrees with those. Is there any questions? Thank you.
Is there any other questions to come forward? If not, I would like to basically thank the President's Committee for their support throughout the year. And most especially, I would just like to thank Claire, because she's always at the end of the phone and she keeps me right, which is it's quite hard to do, my wife tells me. So anyways, we'll look forward to seeing everybody next year. And let's hope this new vaccination program will speed things up. But if there's no more question, can I now close the meeting? Is that it?